Hello, it's Dr. Simeon Roger here for the Leadership and Culture Bite, and this is where we talk about how superbly trained visionary leaders create rapid innovation, killer teams, and the organization everybody wants to join. Now, as you've seen, today we're talking about one particular responsibility that leaders everywhere seem to want to avoid. What is this? Well, it's not admin, it's not doing performance reviews, and it's not going to that mandatory training that you know is going to put you to sleep. It is none of those. A couple of weeks ago, we flew home from a week-long vacation after the mother of all storms, and we knew nothing about it until after we left the airport. We flew home to a scene of devastation that looked like a war zone. Trees were down everywhere, power lines down, lampposts down. There had been wind gusts of apparently up to 190 kilometers per hour. And no, it wasn't a tornado and it wasn't a hurricane. It was some really odd weather event, the likes of which we'd never seen before. We flew home to the zombie apocalypse, basically. And, I've experienced every major power outage since 1965. I remember them all. We've never lost power for more than 1 to 2 days. Here we were out of power for 9 days, 9 long days. Thank God it was spring and it was, easily doable. Uh, but this is something we've never seen before. Ironically, a couple of weeks before this up here in Canada was the official Emergency Preparedness Week. And in Emergency Preparedness Week, what the federal government is telling everybody is, yeah, be prepared to survive on your own for 72 hours without first responders getting to you. Okay, makes perfect sense. In several types of disaster scenarios that we've all seen in North America, this makes perfect sense. And yet, as a friend of mine here said, at the time, I thought that 72 hours, 3 days, was a bit excessive. Hmm, brings up an interesting point. You see, all forms of emergency preparedness, business continuity planning, and security in general, they all seem like too much until they're not enough. They all seem excessive until they really aren't. And so this is something, you have to really take to heart. You're either going to be prepared and you're going to get through it okay, or you're not. And these are high stakes. And if you have to think about, what are you responsible for as a leader? Maybe it's just your own family. Maybe it's just you if you live alone, but it's your business, your career, all of this, all of these things, elements in your life. Are there plans in place? Do you know what could happen? Are you aware of what could happen? Are you prepared? Do you have mitigations in place? So leaders everywhere seem to want to avoid this, thinking, oh, it won't happen to me. Well, what just happened to us, we never dreamt of in a million years. If you told me about this before, I would have said it's science fiction. It can't happen here. We don't have weather like that. Well, guess what we do now? Okay, so get over it and get on it. Start planning. Yeah, really start planning. First, think through what could go wrong, what could happen that could take you down. Start putting mitigations in place. If you have trouble with this, bring in more people. Make a game out of it. Have some fun. Have some fun. And, get help if you need help. There are lots of resources out there to help you. Lots of, if you're a big business, there are lots of companies out there to help you. But make sure you're doing this. I'm Dr. Simeon Roger. This is a Leadership and Culture Bite. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll get back to you again soon with more. That's it for now. Take care and be prepared.